Dear students, we have come to the last part of the play Macbeth. If you remember, Macbeth had visited the witch's cave to know about his future. The witches, with the help of a strange potion, with the help of some horrid ingredients, summoned three spirits from hell. These three spirits predicted about Macbeth's future. The first spirit warned Macbeth about Macduff, the Thane of Fife. The second spirit predicted that no man born of a woman would be able to kill Macbeth. And the third spirit predicted that until and unless the Burnham Woods came upon the Dunsinane Hill, Macbeth could not be defeated. So Macbeth was very much happy, very much confident that he was virtually immortal. He was virtually impregnable. Macbeth মনে করলেন তিনি প্রায় অমর, প্রায় অজেয়. Because no man born of a woman can kill him, but all men are born of women, so nobody can kill him. At least Macbeth thought that. And the third spirit had said, until and unless the Burnham Woods came upon the Dunsinane Hill, Macbeth could not be defeated. A forest cannot come upon a hill. অরণ্য কখনো পাহাড়ের ওপর উঠে আসে না. বার্নাম অরণ্য ডানসিনেন পাহাড়ে যতক্ষণ না উঠে আসবে ম্যাকবেথকে হারানো যাবে না. So Macbeth was very much confident that no one can defeat him, no one can kill him. But to his question whether Banquo's descendants would become kings of Scotland after him, the spirits answered in a symbolic manner. They showed him some images, the image of Banquo and other images which showed that Banquo's descendants would become kings after him in Scotland. So Macbeth now knew that he had killed Banquo, but his plan had not been successful because Fleance had fled. He was Banquo's son, and the spirits predicted that Banquo's descendants would be kings after him. After returning to his castle, which news did Macbeth receive? Macbeth received the news that Macduff, the Thane of Fife, had fled England. Macduff England থেকে পালিয়েছেন to join Malcolm, who had taken refuge in England. ম্যালকমের কাছে পালিয়েছেন, যে ম্যালকম ইংল্যান্ডে আশ্রয় নিয়েছেন. Malcolm had set up an army to dethrone Macbeth, and Macduff had fled to join the army. Macbeth was very much angry with Macduff. He attacked Macduff's castle. Naturally, he could not find Macduff, but he committed a heinous crime. তিনি একটা জঘন্য অপরাধ করলেন. He killed Macduff's wife and children. Macduff's wife and children were innocent and helpless, but Macbeth killed them. So you find that Macbeth was going on murdering one person after another. At first, he had thought that killing Duncan would fulfill his ambition. Then he had to organize the murder of Banquo, and now he has killed Macduff's wife and children. He was on a killing spree. That is why Macbeth is called the tragic hero. Macbeth is the hero. Macbeth was a great general. He had great courage. He had many qualities. But there was one tragic flaw in his character. তার চরিত্রে একটা মারাত্মক ত্রুটি ছিল. That tragic flaw was ambition. And ambition brought about his downfall. That is why Macbeth is a tragic hero. So now Macbeth's cruelty alienated him, isolated him, separated him from the nobility, from the common people. Many thanes, many generals fled Scotland to join Malcolm and Macduff. Those who could not join them out of fear of Macbeth secretly hoped that Macbeth should be defeated. No one liked Macbeth, no one respected Macbeth. There was a time when Macbeth was loved and respected throughout the kingdom, but the heinous crimes committed by him has now made Macbeth very unpopular. Now no one respected him, no one loved him, no one liked him, everyone suspected him. And in the meantime, Macbeth met with another great personal loss. His only partner in crime, his wife, Lady Macbeth, committed suicide. Why did Lady Macbeth commit suicide? Because she was unable to put up with the repentance of the crimes she had committed. তিনি যা অপরাধ করেছেন তার অনুশোচনা তিনি সহ্য করতে পারলেন না. That's why she committed suicide. It was Lady Macbeth who had stoked Macbeth's ambition. Macbeth's ambition কে জাগিয়ে তুলেছিলেন Lady Macbeth, and it was she who was Macbeth's partner in crime. Now she suffered from somnambulism. Somnambulism means sleepwalking, walking during sleep. So Lady Macbeth had become a somnambulist. She walked about with a lamp in her hand. So in the original play she is called the Lady with the Lamp. And now she committed suicide. Now Macbeth was all alone. He had no one to confide in. He had no one to speak to. His only partner in crime had passed away. Meanwhile, the news reached that the army led by Malcolm and Macduff was marching towards Scotland, towards his castle. Now Macbeth wanted to fight against the enemy, and he devised a strategy. তিনি একটা রণকৌশল ঠিক করলেন. He would remain inside his castle. He would not come out, and his castle was on the Dunstan Hill, on the hill, পাহাড়ের ওপর. So he was in an advantageous position. So from that advantageous position, he could have a watch of the enemy, and he decided to stay in his castle. Meanwhile, a messenger came to him and reported that he had seen the Burnham forest was moving. দূত এসে খবর দিল সে দেখেছে Burnham অরণ্য উঠে আসছে. If you remember the prediction of the third spirit, the spirit had said that until and unless the Burnham woods came upon the Dunstan Hill, Macbeth could not be defeated. And now actually the forest was coming upon the hill. Macbeth was very much nervous, very much frightened, and naturally he was angry with the messenger. He threatened the messenger with death. তিনি তাকে ভয় দেখালেন যে তাকে মৃত্যুদণ্ড দেওয়া হবে if he had spoken something false. But ultimately Macbeth understood that the man was speaking the truth. So now Macbeth changed his strategy. He now asked his soldiers to come out of the castle and attack the enemy, because the enemy was gradually gaining upon the castle. শত্রু উঠে আসছে. And the mystery around the moving castle was easily solved. What was the mystery of the moving forest? Why was the forest moving? Actually, Malcolm, the general of the army, had ordered his soldiers to cut a branch of the trees and hold it before them. ম্যালকম তার সৈন্যদের আদেশ করেছিলেন একটা গাছের ডাল কেটে নিয়ে সেটা সামনে রাখতে এবং আস্তে আস্তে এগোতে. Actually, the army had to pass through the Burnham woods. Now, why did Malcolm ask his soldiers to do it? It was a sort of camouflage. এটা এক ধরনের ছদ্মবেশ হবে. Because from the top of the hill, one could only see the branches moving upwards. No one will see the soldiers. ওপর থেকে দেখলে মনে হবে গাছের ডালগুলো ওপরের দিকে উঠছে, সৈন্যদের দেখা যাবে না. So Macbeth would not have an idea about the number of soldiers in the army. Macbeth সৈন্যদের প্রকৃত সংখ্যা বুঝতে পারতেন না. This was the strategy adopted by Malcolm. But the messenger who was standing on the top of the hill, he thought that he saw that the forest was moving. Actually, it was nothing but the soldiers moving with the branches in front of them. And now Macbeth understood that the predictions of the spirits were equivocal. স্পিরিটরা যে ভবিষ্যৎবাণী করেছিল সেগুলো সবই অর্থবোধক. It had two meanings. Macbeth had taken it in one way and it had another meaning. Macbeth একটা অর্থ ধরেছিলেন, আর একটা অর্থ আছে. So now Macbeth despaired of success. So this video comes to an end. I will upload another one.